Welcome back to Business Leaders right here on KMPH Fox 26. Before the break, I was sitting here talking with Debbie Hunsaker, good friend, and I love the story. We talked about you're celebrating your 50 years of the company and sort of you following your father's legacy and taking Alert-O-Lite to the next level. And he certainly would be proud, seeing where you guys came from, and then over at the True Value hardware store that you have, where the corporate office is. It's amazing in there. We were joking during the commercial break. You walk around being surprised. Do we have that? I had no idea. Yeah, it's a great store.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, we went from, I think we had around 5,500 or 7,500 SKUs to over 25,000 SKUs, and probably more now. And it's just a beautiful place. We put that place together in less than only a couple of months, because we had very little time to get out of our G Street location, and that building was completely bare and had been vacant for probably 3 years.
It was the old motorcycle place, right?
Right, Wilson Motorcycles, yes.
Right off of Highway 99.
Yeah.
Big, beautiful building.
It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, yellow and black. You got the paint scheme, and you can see it from the road.
My son, who grew Zymax, he's the artistic one in the family. Mom's not. Wanted to paint it yellow and black. I go, are you crazy? And I'll tell you what, he designed all that, and he did such a great job. You can't miss it. You can't miss it.
You see it right off the freeways. You're coming in before you get on 41, coming from the South Valley. You look off to the right, and there's the True Value. And the store, and what I tell people all the time is, it's not just for construction businesses and the clients that you have, the big corporations that come in and are looking for a hard hat or a shovel, or everything you can imagine is in that store. And I told you, I'll go in there looking at times, and I start thinking about projects I need to do, and then I get nervous thinking, I don't got time for that. But it's all there. If you need it, it's there at True Value. And what I like about what you do at True Value is, if you don't have it, you're going to find it for the client.
Right.
Yeah. You guys are good. Is that come from Dad?
That comes from Dad. He would bend over back. He'd send me on wild goose chases looking for things for customers. Yeah, that's just part of
to solve their problem.
What we do. Yeah.
Yeah, to solve their problem. Tell me about where the company is going and your staff. And I know the challenges coming out. We talked a little bit about it right at the top of the show. The challenges coming out of the pandemic. It's as you called it, a wild goose chase, and sometimes it's you don't know. It changes all the time. It's very volatile. But you've been busy. But what do you see the company in the future, and how are things going? You're at the 50-year mark. You're celebrating, getting ready for the next 50 years of the company. And what do you see for the future?
Well, as you know, doing business in California keeps changing every time you turn around. And the state of construction and the way that things go now are different than back when Dad was alive. It's not as simple as it was back then. Not that it was simple in the true sense of the word simple, but nowadays with the crazy traffic, the rules and regulations, all the different things you have to do, you have to operate completely different. So we are taking a look at our overall business makeup, and we have a couple of things that we're talking about that I think are going to be very well received. Okay. And you just kind of change with the times, and you just try to figure out, okay, if this is how this is here, what could we do and offer that will complement those things. So the store will be expanding more. The types of light construction equipment that we carry, that we're also a warranty station for. I've got one of the best mechanics on the West Coast, I think probably across the whole United States.
So you do a maintenance service for your customers as well, and their small engine equipment and those pieces of equipment? Okay.
I mean, everything from lawnmowers to rollers to you name it. And then he also installs, like you see the emergency lights in the on the trucks that have the the strobes or the beacons or those kind of things, and aero boards. We do all of that. We do a lot for the city, and we're just like a little one-stop shop. And I'm very fortunate with the team I've got. I mean, they're hard workers. They care. if you didn't know any better, you'd think that they were the owner. I mean, that's why I keep going like I do, because
Yeah, it keeps you going. Yeah.
yeah,
Keeps you going. And I always go in there and I'll see your husband in there too, and he's in there working with all of them like everybody else, doing what you need to do, and that's what a family business is all about.
Yeah.
You know, at times that you find yourself, you know, I want to go into business for myself because I don't want to have a job and don't want to be accountable to anybody, but they find out that you're accountable to everybody.
Yeah.
And all the families that work for you and all the employees, and it brings on more responsibility, but it truly gives you that freedom of creating and controlling your own destiny at certain points that you can. And I think your father would be proud of these 50 years and what you guys are doing, and what's going to happen the next step. And it seems like SignMax has been very busy and doing real well. So SignMax, how did that start, and what do you offer to not only construction or the general public with SignMax, but just anything in general? We'll get to that in a moment. We're going to take a short break, and we'll come back. We'll talk about SignMax. So want to talk about that, so then anybody can come down and take a look. And SignMax is inside the True Value Hardware. And where can they find the store?
It's at 2436 Foundry Park Avenue, which is the old Foundry Park, for people familiar with that area, which is not far from Jensen and 99, and just catty corner from our G Street location off Church and Golden State.
So it's just right across the old
Literally,
Golden State.
literally.
Yeah. And you can see it. It's a big yellow and black building. Don't go away. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back with more business leaders. I'm here with Debbie Hunsaker with Alert-O-Lite. More to come. Don't go away. Join me here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. where I bring you business leaders throughout the valley and abroad. More to come with Debbie. Don't go away.